In this video, I want to talk about how you can get stellar sounding vocal recordings that are perfect for pop, rock and country music. I'm going to take you through a session from start to finish and also talk about all the different options and choices along the way so that you can implement these at home and get the best sounding vocal recordings for your music. Now, the first thing to consider is the microphone. We want a microphone that suits the singer and the song. We've got to kind of marry those two things together. And this for me, and I appreciate I am biased in this opinion, is where it really benefits you as an artist working with a dedicated producer or going to a recording studio. You might have a great mic at home and you might get good sounding vocals. However, going to a studio, going and working with a producer, they are going to have a collection of microphones and you're going to get to try different pieces of gear that you probably don't have access to at home. And this is that essential first step in getting a great sounding vocal, is marrying the singer to the microphone for the particular song. And it's not necessarily going to be the same every single time. So again, having a choice of microphones each time is really going to be a benefit. So as you can see, we've already got a microphone set up. This is a U47, but we have got other options that we could have gone with. We've got an 87, which sound great. We've also got a 251, which can sound incredible on some certain voices. And we've also got a 414 by AKG. But this is the one that sounds best for my vocal for this particular song. So we're going with the U47. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about the process of narrowing down that choice and how we get to this point, I've got an entire video that goes through that and exactly what you should be listening for when choosing a microphone for a particular vocalist. I'll link that just above right now. Now at this point, the microphone is only one part of the entire signal chain. We've got the preamp, then we've got any other EQs, compressors, anything else that we might want to go through. And again, if you're in a studio with a producer where you've got a choice of preamps, then this is just going to be more benefit. You can choose the one that sounds the best. In the desk behind me, we've got 1073s, we've got 312s, we've got some really clean preamps as well. For this particular song, we're going with the Neve, we're going with the 1073. That's usually my choice in probably 70–80% of vocals. Now, the other thing I like to have in the signal chain for recording vocals is some sort of compression. Now, if you have access to a hardware compressor, then you absolutely can track through that, and that is my preferred choice for tracking. But if you don't, then you can load a plugin after you've recorded it. In the rack at the side of me, we've got a bunch of different compressors. We've got a couple of 1176s, a couple of different Rev Ds. We've also got the Blue Stripe 1176, and we've also got an LA2A. Now, this particular song is quite a slow pop rock ballad type song, so the LA2A is perfect here. It sounds big, it sounds open, and it controls the dynamics exactly as we want. The 1176s sound great, but I tend to use them when I want a tighter sound or something a little bit faster. So now we decide on the signal chain, we're going to make sure that everything's sounding exactly as we want and make sure that the gain staging is right. But the 1176 has a lot of gain, and you tend to get quite a lot of grit and saturation when you dial the gain up. That can be great for certain styles. If you want something a bit more aggressive sounding, then it is perfect. But this is quite a soft, slow ballad, so we're going to keep the gain down for a bit more of a cleaner sound. The LA2A, the compressor, we're only going to take around 3 to 5 dB off, so you're going to want to set that so that when the singer's singing at the loudest point, that's where it's hitting. And then obviously we need to make sure that we're getting a good signal into the converters. Nothing too low, but also we don't want to be in danger of clipping. Now the next part, and this is hugely important if you are recording someone else, and I will spend a lot of time having a conversation with an artist, with a vocalist, before we hit record. And that is making sure that they are comfortable, they've got everything that they need, and getting the sound right in their headphones. Some artists will be fine with just a bottle of water, but others might want a particular drink such as tea or warm honey and lemon. Some artists may prefer to be sat down while they're recording, whilst others want to be stood up. So I will have that conversation with artists probably before they even enter the studio, so I can make sure I've got all that set up for them. And then most artists will want their headphone mix set up in a particular way. Some artists might just want the dry vocal straight into the headphones, whereas others might want a more finished sound with some reverb and delay, maybe even auto-tune on there. Ultimately, we just want the artist to be as comfortable as possible, because that is what is going to deliver the best performance. So once we've got the sound sorted out in the ears, then we're ready to go for a take. And this is where we need to know what we're going to do with the vocals in the arrangement. In most pop, rock, country songs, the chorus is the climax of the song. We want that to sound big, we want it to sound grand. So I will tend to double or even triple vocals for the chorus. The verse is the build up to that. So for this particular song, what I decided the arrangement needed was just one lead vocal for the verse, but then I'm going to triple track the lead for the chorus. That's going to be one lead up the center and then doubles panned left and right. And we're also going to track some harmonies as well. So there's a couple of harmonies underneath the lead vocal to help lift it, to support it, to make sure that the chorus sounds big and grand and a contrast from the verse. So let's take a listen to what that sounds like. We've got all of the doubles and all of the harmonies, and we're going to record the final main lead that's going to go straight up center.
Do you know how to say that you're not okay and you're all alone? When no one knows you're living day by day, feeling all alone, and no one's there, and no one cares. Do you know that I'm here? Do you know that I'm near to fight away your fears? I'll be there, yeah, I'll be there.
So I'm really happy with that as a vocal recording. What you heard there was the complete raw tracks. Yes, there's a little bit of reverb on, but those are in a really great place now to go to mixing. And the vital steps in getting to that point was choosing a really great microphone that suited the singer and the song, and then marrying that up with a really great signal chain. In this case, it was a Neve 1073, LA2A compressor, and then some great interface converters. As well as that, going through all of the stages to make sure that the artist is as comfortable as possible. That's very easy when you're on your own in a home studio or in your own studio like I am now. But if you've got someone coming to you, you have to make sure that they are comfortable. They've got everything that they need, that they're relaxed, because if not, they're not going to give the best performance. And that's a huge part as well for me. Now at this point, if you're a singer, songwriter, if you're in a band, if you're releasing music in any way, shape or form, then your EPK is probably the most important document that you have in order to gain access to opportunities to get your music heard. Your EPK is what you will send out whenever you've got a new song to radio presenters, radio DJs, to Spotify playlisters, even promoters who are putting on live shows or festival organisers. Your EPK is what you will send out for them to know who you are, what you're about, and also to hear your music, and then hopefully make a decision to feature you, to play your song, to book you onto that festival. The problem here is if your EPK sucks, if it looks unprofessional, if it doesn't contain the relevant information that needs to be on there, then they're just going to delete your message out of their email inbox and not even give your music a chance. They won't even listen. So how many terrible EPKs have actually led to missed opportunities for actually really great musicians, great bands who've got great music? Well, I've got a solution to this problem. I've created a template that you can use to design a stunning looking professional EPK that crucially contains all of the information that needs to be on there. And the best part is, it's completely free and it's super quick, simple and easy to use. You can have your EPK done, ready to go within minutes. The link's in the description below. Go and check it out.